Hey everybody, I'm back. This is Will Bass with Bass on Bass Fishing. Just gonna let you know today, this will be the last time you'll hear from me, at least for a few days. This will be part 2 of the Pickwick rundown. As we approach the weekend, today being Thursday, our tournament is May 6th with the West Tennessee Puddle Jumpers out of State Line Ramp. Looks like right now the water level is going to be probably around 413, so a little bit under summer pool. It's been up the last week or so with all the rain we've had, but we've had a very dry and warm week this week. So it's going to be interesting to see what those fish do. Still planning on really the same stuff. I'm not sure if, the brim will be moving up to spawn bluegill, red ear sunfish, stuff like that. I would imagine they will be, which will probably offer some different types of forage for some of those bass that are coming off the beds themselves. I'm not sure if there'll be a shad spawn going on, or really, really I don't know what the heck's going to be going on. I know they've been running over 100,000 CFS, and that's cubic feet per second out of Pickwick right now, or at least all this last few days leading up to this weekend, and they're really dialing it back. I mean, I think at least from what I saw, like 2-day projections had water as far as like the cubic feet per second, what they're going to be pulling out is less than 40,000 cubic feet per second. So that's a pretty significant difference. I don't know, I would imagine a lot of the main lake stuff probably won't be as good. I wasn't planning on that anyways, because that's not my deal, but it'll be interesting to see if the main lake bite holds up, or if they actually start running some water. Maybe we end up getting a little bit of rain the next couple days that they forecast there being the possibility for. We'll have to see. Still the same stuff for me though. I'm going to be focusing on whatever I think would be transitional areas to and from spawning pockets, because I think that we're still going to be in that stage where these fish are definitely going to be in all phases of the spawn. So my hope is to maybe kind of meet in the middle and intersect some of these that are moving in and moving out, because this lake is so full of bass. Any spot that you think should be good, there should be fish there. It's just a matter of whether or not you can get them to bite. So with this water being drawn down, I'm expecting it to toughen up the bite some, but I'm not really changing my approach. I have probably 12 rods rigged up, all with different stuff. I mean, similar presentations in some respects, but a little bit different here or there, just based on the actual baits I've put on there. Some stuff I'm just experimenting with, things that normally I would throw. I tried to spice up a little bit. I'll maybe go into that on Monday or Tuesday of next week, assuming the results are what I'm hoping they will be. But I know I've mentioned the brush hog. I do anticipate throwing that quite a bit. Up until recently, I never really threw a Carolina rig much, and for whatever reason, here lately, I was actually talking to a guy in the club this morning. I just can't seem to put the thing down. I just feel good about it, and it's been catching fish for us. So, it's just one more thing to have confidence in moving forward this season, and I'll be going to plenty of places where that kind of rig and that kind of presentation should shine. So hopefully the preparation and practice I'm getting in these early tournaments, maybe it'll pay off, and I'll have even more confidence later in the year. We sit in 15th place going into this weekend, so we're going to take off as soon as our number's called, and being in 15th place, we've got about a 15-minute boat ride to where I'm going with all 60 horses of our little Mercury on the back of my Sea Arc. So we shall see what the future holds. I'm going to get out there and drag that Carolina rig. Maybe if we see some activity from birds or in the backs of these creeks, maybe with some shad or other bait fish. I do want to throw a topwater just to see if I can get some interest in that. I know, throughout my years of fishing and all the shows and things I've watched and listened to, smallies are supposed to like a spook. So we'll see if I can maybe coax one of those guys into biting. But pretty much just covering the water column. Like I said, I've got a little bit of everything. Pretty much every type of presentation you can imagine I've got tied on. So you know, the few I mentioned, or at least the couple that I mentioned, being the Carolina rig and that spook, are pretty much the top and the bottom of the column as far as you know, presentations go. But those are what I'm going to lean on, it looks like. But I got plenty of backups should one of those not pan out, or if I don't feel good about it after the first hour or so of fishing. So until next time, I'll be checking back in with you guys early part of next week after this thing. You know, pretty much feel confident that any of the forecast and lake levels, all that, should be relatively accurate with just a few days until the tournament. So I don't expect any of that to change. Still looking at a nice 80-degree day. So looking forward to getting out there and fishing. Hopefully we get a solid result this weekend and can move up in the points and take a jar home. So like I said, until next time, guys, please tune in, check back with me, holler at me if you got any questions or comments. This is Will Bass with Bass on Bass Fishing. Take care.